Okay, party people, here we are with Project 2 from Celtic March. We are recording in the upstairs today, so that's the thing we're doing. Let me just welcome you all into Project 2 from Thunderhorse Descendant's Celtic March Inspirational Bundle. Here is the little design that we made. So I'll make this little bracelet for Jefferson because I thought it was cool. So there we go. This little design is going to be a stretchy bracelet. Now, in addition to, like, you know, because I like stretchy, I ordered this, we're obviously going to be using, let me just give you a little overview here. This is the Acclaimed Crafts new bracelet board. And Lori and John sent this to me for my birthday. And so shout out to them. We'll leave a description or a comment in the description with their link if you want to check them out. So this is the board. It comes with a graph to show you how large you should make your items and which circle you should use. So I'm going to use this one here. This is number 10. No, am I using 10 or 9? I think I'm supposed to be using 9. I'm going to use 10 just to be safe. Am I supposed to be using 10? It's stretchy. Anyways, not the point. So here we are. Now, I ordered this, and this is supposed to be stretchy cord. I was just curious. I'm going to use it today. It's called Crystal Tech from Korea. It is 1 millimeter stretchy cord, and I was just curious. So I ordered some. We're going to try it out. I'm going to cut off a little piece of this, and I'm going to pre-stretch. It feels like the Stretch Magic cord. So maybe it's a dupe, I don't know. We're gonna find out. I'm pre-stretching. And then we're gonna line up our beads on number 10. So I'm gonna start with my focal. Now I've never used this board with like focals before, so this will be something. And honestly, I think I'm supposed to be using 9. But anyway, let me just move it to 9. Because I wanted it to be 8 and 1/2 inches, 1/4 inches, I can't remember. But it's stretchy, so I didn't want it to be too big. So anyways, we're just gonna put these on here. Easy peasy. See how it looks. Make sure I have enough beads. Don't mind all that hubbub in the back. That's my coffee maker. Coffee is required. It's early on a Sunday. Well. Okay. Hey, worked out pretty perfectly. Okay, so there's what we are going to string up onto our cording here. And normally I would suggest that you have like a bead stopper or something. I have no idea where my bead stopper is, I'll tell you that much for free. So I'm like, how do we always get into this situation? I'm going to leave the pendant portion for last, so I'm just going to start putting on these guys here. And with this 1 millimeter cord, I can just thread them on. If you had a needle or something you wanted to use or something like that, you could, but it's not that many, and I am pretty confident I can get them all on here. As long as they don't come flying out the back here. So I'm interested to see if this cording is gonna be the same. I mean, it feels the same. It's given the same kind of amount of stretch, so I'm feeling pretty confident about it, but I guess we'll find out. You never know if you don't try, right? With any stretch bracelets, I mean, eventually they will get dried out or get, you know, weaker. That's just kind of the name of the game with stretch bracelets. But I've had some I've had for quite a while. I mean, if, you know, years that are still hanging tough, so I don't know. All right, we got them all on there. Boop, boop, boop. And now I'm going to put on the focal piece. So this was the Rune. Everybody got a Rune in the Celtic March box, so they're all different. So this is actually a carnelian with the Z-bead process on it, and they do have the large hole, so you could actually use this on, I mean, not large, but a larger hole. You could actually use this on leather or cording, you know, your choice, dealer's choice, but I'm going to try it out on here. And I'm hoping that I can, let me just zoom out a little bit. I'm going to move the board so that it's not clanking around here. Okay, and then I'm hoping that I can get the knots not small enough so that I can get it into the large hole of the bead. So I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to show you how I tie the knot. Now this is the knot that I normally tie when I'm using Stretch Magic. So a lot of people have questions about the knotting. So I just do like a surgeon's knot almost. But the thing is that it has to be tight enough so that it's not going to look loose, but it has to be not so tight that it can't stretch, because the whole purpose of it is to stretch, right? And you don't want it to be so tight that then when you go to put it on, it snaps. So it's kind of like you got to find a happy medium. So what I do is I take both the tails and I kind of make friends with the beads here, stretch it a little bit, and I'm going to stretch it out. I'm going to come around these two fingers and I'm going to go bring the tails through one time, and then I'm going to bring the tails through 2 times, almost like we're knotting, right? I'm going to make sure they're even, and then I'm going to kind of work this knot down, and as I'm doing that, I'm still holding tension here. You can see on my finger how much tension there is, because as I'm letting go, it's putting slack into the cording, and I want to make sure that it's, you know, kind of where I want it to be. So I'll just grab hold of the knot and pull it like that. So let me show you what that looks like. It's kind of hard to tell. So there's the knot. Now, normally I would hit this with some E6000, or not E6000, hypo cement glue. So if you're doing, it's very important to note that if you are doing stretch bracelets, you have to use the hypo cement. You cannot use a super glue, because super glue will freeze the cording. This type of cording is like a plastic. You put super glue on it, it's going to freeze it and it's going to snap. So you cannot use that. You could probably get away with an E6000 if you really wanted to, but that's kind of a mess. I would suggest, I'm going to cut right here, pretty close to the knot, not right on it. I would suggest the hypo cement, because it's got that precision tip. So what I would do if I would have brought mine up here, and you don't have to do it if you're confident with your knot. So what I would do is I'd hit that with some hypo cement, and then I'm going to work that knot into this bead. So I'm going to just start working it in there. And you can see now it's inside the bead. This is important to know in your design process. You can design these, they're circle, right? So you can design these kind of any kind of way you want. So if you had the E6000 on there now, it's gonna dry, or not the E6000, sorry, the hypo cement. It's gonna dry inside the bead, to the bead, right? In the hole, which is where you want it. The rest of it's still gonna stretch. So that's an important piece of information. But also in your design process, when you're designing something, you want to make sure that you have maybe something, if you don't want to see the knot, you can cover it with a bead cover, etc. But you're going to want to make sure you have something on the end that has a large enough hole where you're going to be able to slide that knot into like this. So it could be the focal, or it could be, you know, a different bead. You don't have to start or end your bracelet here. You know, if you had some large hole beads on the side, you could do your whole design and then tie off on the side and stick that knot into the side, because it's a circle, right? So anyway, let's go on with that. I'm pretty happy with this. We'll see how this bracelet business holds up, this crystal tech. So that's kind of a thing. I'm just stretching it, making friends. So it is large for me because I have a little tiny wrist, but this is supposed to be for Jeff, so it should fit him using the bracelet board sizing, so that's good. So there we go. That is project number 2 for Celtic March. Easy peasy. I hope you're all having a wonderful, spectacular, amazing beading day. Don't forget to like, subscribe, do the commenting in the video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.